I played every Call of Duty multiplayer on the PS3. Well, technically not all of them. I don't have Call of Duty Classic. It's digital only, and I wasn't about to waste $20 on a game that is more than likely dead. If anyone plays COD Classic, let us know in the comments how it's doing. So with that out of the way, I played everything from Call of Duty 3 up to Black Ops 3. I only played this one to be able to say that I played them all. When I was last on COD 3, there was only one other person online, so I knew what to expect. I loaded in, and there wasn't a single soul online. I figured I'd go ahead and start a game and see if anyone joins. So I loaded up the only map I really remembered and waited. While I waited, I decided to drive around a bit and do some sick bike tricks. Then I got bored and killed myself with a bouncing Betty. Call of Duty 4 has definitely earned its place in the history books. A gripping story told by the campaign with an addicting multiplayer. It, along with other amazing classics such as Halo, helped make online gaming more mainstream. But how is this genre-defining game doing in the year 2023? I'm MolesPie, and together, we're gonna dive headfirst into this legendary multiplayer. Ah, you hear that? That's what nostalgia sounds like. Now, unfortunately, there are no player counts for COD 4, so we'll have to go off our gut feelings on how many players there are. It only took about 5 seconds to find a match, though. Alright, I'm cool with countdown. And of course, I'm going with my favorite class on here. Silenced P90, Radar Jammer, and Dead Silence. I love being a sneaky boy in this game. We spawn in, and right off the bat, almost everyone is trying to snipe. Emphasis on trying. The last few years, every time I play COD 4, it's always full of people trying to quickscope that really aren't all that good at it. I get moving, and immediately remember how clunky this game felt. I used to stream this quite frequently on the channel, but it's been almost a year since I last played. It feels a lot different than NW22, that's for sure. My first couple engagements, I missed most of my shots. Partly due to being stunned, partly because the game feels weird, mostly because I'm just a bad player. But I'm just getting warmed up. I swear, why are my teammates always oblivious to dudes right behind them throwing bullets right up their asshole? This is why I like my class setup. The enemy is too busy concentrating on my teammates to notice me missing all my shots from behind them. Look at this tool drop-shotting on a 15-year-old game like he's in the CDL finals. Really, I don't get how I lost this. My aim was at least somewhat on point while his was everywhere. Thanks, Mr. Grenade. You're the best. Now here's where I really shine. Sneaking up on these poor unsuspecting bastards. One airstrike and a chopper later, I think I may have gotten my groove back. But is it enough to carry my team and secure the win? No, the answer is no. I'm the only positive player on my team. Like I said, there's no real way of knowing how many people are actually playing, but I know there were at least 2 lobbies going at the time. Latency is all over the place, and you can really feel it when throwing nades at times. I didn't run into any modders, but they do exist, just like in every PS3 Call of Duty. The last time I streamed this, I had to quit early because every lobby I joined was modded. This game's 15 years old. It's still fun to play, but it can be very inconsistent at times if you don't get a good connection. Plus, all it takes is a couple modders to hop on and ruin the fun. So there you have it. That's Call of Duty 4 in 2023. Keep an eye out for videos covering other older CODs. Thanks for watching, everyone, and have a great day. It's sad seeing World at War in the state that it's in. I captured this footage at about 5 PM on a Monday, and there's only 8 people online. People always talk about this game with great fondness, yet every time I log on there's barely anyone there. I won't lie, I got my butt kicked for the majority of this session, so I don't have much gameplay to show. Even though the majority of the players had green bars, including me, there was obvious stuttering and other latency issues abound. I had a couple lobbies get disconnected. And a couple more split up because of DLC maps. I really despise how they handle DLC map rotation in this game. Some good news though. As I was wrapping up, 35 players were online. That's 4 times the amount than when I started playing. In all honesty, World at War is in a bad place. If you're lucky enough to find a full lobby, all it takes is one modder or someone playing like a jackass to ruin the entire thing. I'm glad there are still people getting on here, keeping the game alive, but I wonder how often that player count gets low enough to where it won't even start a match. It's always fun to hop on here, even if I'm getting slapped around like I'm married to Sean Connery.
You think it's good to slap a woman?
I don't think it's that bad. I think that it depends entirely on the circumstances.
But it's never a guarantee that you'll find a full lobby. So unfortunately, that's World at War in 2023. I'll be covering other old Call of Duties on the channel, so make sure you keep an eye out for those. Thanks for watching, and have a wonderful day. Modern Warfare 2 is quite possibly the most famous Call of Duty ever made. This and Black Ops 2 hold a very special place in many people's hearts as one of their favorite online experiences from their childhood. As its 13th birthday is slowly creeping up, how is MW2 holding up? I'm LulzPie, and together, we're going to experience Modern Warfare 2 in 2023. Booting up the multiplayer, I noticed that the ticker says I have a mod menu installed. So I uninstall the data, reinstall the updates, and hop back online. The last few years for me, the player count has been glitched at 0, so there's no real way for me to tell how many people are online. My first match on, I felt like I was unstoppable. My aim was on point and I kept getting behind everybody. It got to the point where I had to grab this FAMAS off the ground. And this had to be the perfect ending to the match.
UAV recon, ready for deployment. Your work is appreciated. Well done.
That's when I noticed my teammate went 51-10. Look, I know there are some good players that still play these old games, but that's a bit sus. Let's get into the next match. Huh, look at that. This must be the aim assist that PC players keep crying about. I tried multiple times to find a different lobby, but it kept throwing me back into the same one over and over. When that game was finally over is when I found another match. Dude on my team was modding and dropped a nuke. Next match, dude on the other team was modding. I played a total of 4 matches, and each one had somebody modding in them. That being said, this is one of the worst PS3 CODs to play in 2023. I'll be covering other old Call of Duties on the channel, so make sure you keep an eye out for those. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day. Black Ops 1 is my favorite Call of Duty of all time. From my days of playing casually, this was the game that I played the most. It's always carried a higher number of players than the other games, matched only by ghosts. Let's go see how it's holding up in 2023. Loading up the main menu, there was only 333 players on Team Deathmatch. That is a mere fraction of what was on last year. Every year, I'm sitting here watching these numbers on BO1 get smaller and smaller and smaller, and it's depressing. I won't lie, my first match on, I got steamrolled. To be fair, the latency for this game was all over the damn place. Grenades would leave my hands seconds after the throw animation, and people were rubber banding everywhere. The next few games were all hit and miss. I'd have a match where the connection seemed good and I'd do well. Then the next game, everyone would have yellow bars and we would get slaughtered. There's enough players here. I just don't think they were close enough to me to have a stable connection. I didn't see any modders, but glancing at the weekly leaderboards will show you that there's plenty of them playing. With the player count quickly dwindling, they'll start becoming more and more common. For many people, BO1 can still be a wonderful and fun time. Unfortunately for me though, I always seem to have an unstable connection with the lobbies. So there's how Black Ops 1 is doing in the year 2023. I'll be covering other old CODs on the channel, so make sure you keep an eye out for those. Thanks for watching everyone, and have a wonderful day.
Ready to jam enemy radar. Counter spy plane up. They are blind.
Modern Warfare 3 is basically NW2, just without all the bugs and OP BS. For that reason alone, I think NW3 is better than NW2. You heard what I said, deal with it. Seeing as I couldn't find a single legitimate lobby in NW2, I'm curious as to how NW3 is doing. So without further ado, let's get into it. There were almost 200 people playing TDM, with a few more scattered in free-for-all and Dom. It's just always safe to assume with these older games that you'll only be playing Team Deathmatch, but sometimes you'll catch a lobby on other modes. My first match was on Hard Hat, a map that most players know well. For some reason, the enemy team just kept funneling through the tunnel just to get mowed down every time. Straight up bots over here.
UAV recon standing by. Repeat, UAV recon. UAV online. Predator missile ready for launch.
Man, screw noob tubes. Legit, I don't know how they're this oblivious to me. I must have gotten lucky and gotten a potato lobby. We don't talk about this aim though. Seriously, look at this! When recording this series, I went straight gamer dad too. I mean, I'm sitting here in front of my 32-inch TV playing through the speakers while my kids are screaming in the background. That should have given most players an edge over me. I guess I'm just that good. Having red dots on the minimap definitely helped. Remember those? Now, I ended up making some dumb plays near the end, but I still ended up going 15-6 with 6 freaking assists. Stop stealing my kills, guys, come on. Alright, next match. I'll be honest and say that I haven't put a ton of time into NW3 like I have some other games. I only have 20 hours played, and most of that was from when I started streaming it in 2020. I get very confused on some of these maps, and Baccarat is one of them. This match started with me creeping around the outside, picking people off when I saw them. I hit him with my flashbang. Pro tip, don't put tac inserts right where everyone is, dummy. That's when I realized the enemy split screeners kept coming back to this building over and over and over again. I don't know how they kept killing my teammates, they weren't very good, but since I don't know this map very well, I just kept running back here and killing them to pad my numbers. So, all in all, NW3 seems to be doing alright. Everyone's latency bars were jumping around from yellow to green, but it didn't seem to affect the gameplay too much. Honestly, this was probably the smoothest experience I've had yet in this series. I didn't see any modders, but as with every older PS3 Call of Duty, they're always creeping in the shadows. So there you have it, that's NW3 in 2023. I'm covering other older games on the channel, so make sure to keep an eye out for those videos too. Thanks for watching, I hope you have a great day. What can I really say about Black Ops 2? Many people hold it as one of the best in the series, but you'd never believe that with the state the game's currently in. I won't beat around the bush, I got absolutely zero footage for BO2. With over 250 players playing TDM, I couldn't find a single legitimate lobby. Every time I loaded into a match, I was greeted by a spectator cam of someone spin-botting. This game has always been one of the worst when it came to modders. Each year that went by, they became more and more prominent. Whenever I talked about them in videos, I always had people commenting saying how there were no modders because they've never seen one, even though I'm showing them video proof. There's nothing to salvage from this game anymore. Last year, I at least got a couple matches in before the neckbeards got on and showed everyone what they did with their free time besides jacking off. To be honest, I'm probably never touching this game again. Ghosts. A game that, in my opinion, is extremely underrated. Yeah, it has its fair share of issues, but the core gameplay is still solid to this day. How is it in 2023, you ask? Well, grab your infrared scope and earn that attack dog, because today, we're playing Call of Duty Ghosts. So loading up the multiplayer menu, it says there's 526 players online, with the majority of them in TDM. This is about half of what it was last year. There were a few people scattered around on other modes, but TDM is always your best bet with these older games. It didn't take long to find a match, but the lack of latency bars makes it harder for me to judge the connection quality. Dude, the firing is so smooth in this game, it's crazy. I think this guy was trying to melee, but I pull no punches. And then it begins. Here comes the infrared scopes and IEDs. And again. And again. And again! Really? Seriously though, it's Sentinel City up in here. Of course they want Stonehaven. Time to see if we can get another lobby. Now, it took a few minutes, but we ended up finding one. And it's the same crap. Dudes hiding in bushes with thermal scopes. Stay classy, Ghosts. Not feeding into that stereotype or anything. I stuck around in that lobby for another match and all the same crap. So, in a nutshell, Ghost still has players, but the numbers are getting smaller. If you enjoy NW19 or NW22, then maybe Ghost is the game for you. So that about wraps it up. I'm covering all the older PS3 CODs up to Ghosts, so make sure you check out those videos. I'm also doing a couple of the newer games like World War II and Black Ops 4. But anyways, thanks for watching everyone. Hope you have a great day. I have never played Advanced Warfare. When it came out in 2014, I had bigger things going on. I was a newlywed and had a newborn baby girl. I was working my butt off to support my new family, and I didn't really have time for video games. Plus, hearing about all the advanced movement really turned me off to it. But now, I knew it was finally time to give this game a chance. So I bought a copy of Advanced Warfare on the PS3. Lord save me. Say what you want about Sledgehammer Games, but you have to admit that they seem to be the only COD devs that actually care about their players. This, World War II, and now with Vanguard, they always try and give everyone what they want, unlike other devs who won't even give us red dots on the minimap. So I go to customize my character, and I'm kinda bummed that there's no Kevin Spacey skin. You know what, I'll be nice and leave the Kevin Spacey jokes for when I cover the campaign.
What you're seeing is Advanced Warfare. Oh, that's why they call it that.
Alright, time for my loadout. Of course I'm going with the AK-12. In these older games, if it started with AK or KN, that was a sure bet for me. I have no idea what I'm doing, so I pretty much equipped whatever perks will keep me off the minimap. Matchmaking was fun. It took me almost 4 minutes to find a game. Even then, we only started with 6 people. This was the first game to ditch the online player count. But according to the weekly leaderboards, 939 players had played as of Tuesday evening. Let's make that 940. This guy had a pretty cool outfit. Remember that gingerbread man skin that everyone made fun of? Well, that was asked for by a Make-A-Wish kid, so now you need to feel as bad as I do for laughing, damn it. Dude, it's that German hotel where the giant aquarium burst! I know I gave Black Ops 3's PS3 port some criticism for its graphics, and Advanced Warfare deserves it too. It's harder to see on mobile, and it could just be YouTube's compression in general, but playing this firsthand, a lot of the backgrounds were heavily compressed. Also, a lot of the textures weren't even fully loaded in. I got extremely lucky in my first engagement. This first guy was distracted by my teammates, so I took him out and drew first blood. His friend tried sneaking up behind me, and I quickly found out neither of us could aim. Now, I obviously knew about the boost jumping, but what I didn't know is that when you hit the crouch button mid-air, you boost back to the ground. Not gonna lie, that's pretty cool. I wouldn't figure out to the next match that hitting sprint while mid-air will boost you forward. And this is where I found out that laggy players plus advanced movement is a bad combination. Sometimes it seemed like someone would teleport right in front of me. Nah, they were just rubber banding while boost jumping. This AK has 0 recoil. I heard this dude boosting behind me, so I turned on him real quick, and then proceeded to take down his little friend.
UAV in waiting. Friendly UAV above.
Bro, who the fuck camps in an advanced movement COD? Oh, wait. Derek Anderson over here dual-wielding LMGs like Robot Hitler from Wolfenstein. Holy explosion flitch! Now, by the end of the match, we had a full lobby, but that fizzled out pretty quick. The next match wasn't all that great. I kept getting sniped by this dude, though. Kinda annoying. Man, I miss one-shot melees. Alright, this is where the real fun begins. Man, how the hell did I lose against that aim? This guy got a recon drone, so he was able to watch himself die. Meanwhile, this guy's straight up oblivious to me. I held down this middle section by myself for a bit.
Remote turret ready for deployment.
I got like 3 of these turrets and didn't get a single kill from any of them. Oh, Warbird, huh? What's this? Oh, that's pretty cool. It really doesn't last too long, but I managed 3 kills with it. That should have been a double kill. My teammate and I were totally oblivious to this dude sniping in the window. Hey, I even got the final kill cam. So that about wraps it up. Honestly, I had some fun. It's still not my cup of tea, but props to those that played these games and got good at them. I didn't see any modders and the weekly leaderboard seemed pretty legit. There's just not a lot of players on here. I'm going over a bunch of Call of Duty games in 2023, so make sure you check out all those videos as well. I'm LulzPie. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful day. Black Ops 3 is the worst Call of Duty ever made. Now wait. Before I start getting bomb threats, we are talking about the terrible 7th gen port. The campaign was removed, not that that's a bad thing, and originally it wasn't going to see any Zombies DLC. Enough outcry from the community, and we ended up with all the DLC that everyone else got. Because of this, it's now plastered all over the main menu. Thanks. Now the biggest insult was how downgraded it was. I would say that in some spots, COD 3 looks better. The textures were terrible. You can sometimes count the polygons on an object. And the icing on the cake is the abysmal frame rate, constantly going from a smooth 20 FPS to a solid 5. And knowing all of this, I'm gonna play BO3 on the PS3 in 2023. This is the main menu. Look at how compressed the background is. And no, this footage isn't edited in any way. My computer wasn't lagging, you're not buffering. At least the main multiplayer menu looks decent. We've got a couple people in hardcore, but pretty much everyone is in core TDM. That's pretty much the norm for old CODs. Nobody's got time for them there objectives. And I found a match almost immediately. Cool. I'll be honest, I don't like Black Ops 3. I do not like any of the advanced movement games. I do not like boost jumping. I do not like wall running. I do not like green eggs and ham, Sam I am. Now the comments are gonna all be like, skill issue. And yeah, you'd be right. So I start this match off with an 8 kill streak. I slide around the corner and get a clean snap on this guy. That's been my biggest issue lately, is I can't snap my aim for shit. Then I get this cheeky little double off these guys sprinting out of their spawn. Sorry. I had noticed red dots above me, so I swooped up the stairs to track down my prey. It's amazing what I can do when there's red dots on the minimap. Yeah, I chase them like a cat chases a laser pointer. But I always try and come from a different angle than my teammates. Be the third party that screws everyone over. That's my secret to success. This entire engagement has been one lucky move after another. Like this, pure luck. This person was a thorn in my side the entire time I played. They should have won that engagement. I've got 14 rounds and a guy trying to take down my UAV. I take him out and swap my KN for his launcher. If I die, I'm taking you with me. Vans don't explode? Alright, you got me.
HCXD deployed.
Gotta love that garbage frame rate. Gun go boom! This was smooth as hell though. I thought the dart was automated like the Hunter Killer. All in all, I ended up 24-8. Not too shabby. I haven't seen that in a while. I'll be honest here. With all of its flaws and obvious downgrades, the PS3 version of Black Ops 3 is seemingly doing better than the PS4 version. I didn't see anything too suspicious while playing, but that doesn't mean there aren't modders here. They're there, I just didn't see any today. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I actually had fun playing Black Ops 3. But that about wraps it up. Did you ever have the pleasure of playing this superior version of BO3? Let me know in the comments below. Also, keep an eye out for videos covering other Call of Duty games in the year 2023. I'm LulzPie, and I hope you have a wonderful day. So, to sum it up, COD 3 is dead, COD 4 is barely hanging on, World at War has one foot in the grave, I couldn't find a legitimate lobby on MW2, Black Ops 1 seemingly had nobody on the USD servers, NW3 was doing okay, BO2 is ruled by loser modders, Ghosts is Sentinel City, Advanced Warfare's player count is pretty low, and BO3 was actually alright. The game, that is, not the way it runs. So, there you have it. Every PS3 Call of Duty in the year 2023. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm LulzPie, and I hope you have a wonderful day.